all, and welcome to Apex Online Racing A1. It is round 17, and we move on to the Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka Circuit. My name is Varley3791, and as usual, I am joined by Tammed23. As always, Tammed, introduce. How are you today, sir?
I'm very well, thank you very much. We have got the grid of the A1 drivers here to take on the famed Suzuka circuit. It looks to have a dry qualifying, but yeah, I'm really excited to see this grid of 14 drivers take on one of the most technically challenging circuits on the F1 calendar, loved by many, the Suzuka circuit in Japan. Let's do it.
So, talking about the standings, Larkin has got a bit of a race in hand. He's got a 31-point gap, so he has got something to play with today at least. But, you know, as the battle has been wearing on this season, you know, we're having lots of people contending. We've got various drivers who've won a race, and, you know, I think as much as, you know, it's early days, I think Larkin is in a very good position for the championship. But for today, my money is on Jos. The Haas drivers have actually won the last three races between them, and I think that'll go on. I mean, they've got the correct team tactics at the minute. You know, they're driving well together. So my belief is that Jos will be today's race winner. Are you going to go on a limb, and are you going to say who you think's going to win?
Okay, I'm gonna jump a little bit across the pond. I'm gonna say I've had quite a lot of faith in this guy actually for recent races, but I'm gonna say Sevi. Just because he's came so close to winning, of course. Remember back in Italy, and yeah. So I don't know. He has the pace to win races. He has won one race this season in Germany, but he just needs to put it all together, bring out that performance, and I think we could see the best of him at this circuit. Now I'm just looking in the chat, and I don't know if you can see it, Varley, but I'm getting Jaco with a very nice piece of information. Heavy rain at the end of the race.
So for those viewers, I mean, you know, it may be sad for some, you may be happy to see, but this is my last stream as I move on to pastures new, got a new job. So I did say just before we started I won't mind a wet race just to spice things up a bit. So that has put a smile on my face as we could have a very dramatic race for me today. But yeah, we've got a couple of new drivers, I believe. Gabri, who is in the McLaren, and Monkey, who is in the Williams. So two new drivers, so, you know, chance for them to shine, show what they've got. Just on board with Jos, but I think the first driver to move on to a lap will be Extrema in the Mercedes as he comes round now across the line. So Extrema moves on to his first lap, and he has got the mediums fitted. So the hardest compound tyres, this may be just a bit of a banker lap, but we'll stay on board with the Mercedes driver as we come into the S's. This is hard to get right as well. Pinpoint accuracy needed just to keep that apex and stop your car skidding across the track. Oh, it looks nice. So sweep round to the left hand side now. And he has run wide. Oh, onto the gravel. And that is the end of Extrema's lap. So next car in line is Jos. So Jos just coming there, you can see dust flicked up in the air. So Jos now coming through in the Haas. There's three real title challengers, and a couple, J. Cole and Jos, are chasing the pack ahead. But the battle does seem to be between Harry, Energetics and Larkin. So it'll be good for Jos to get maximum points, same for J. Cole in the other Force India. But my money is on my Dutch driver, the boy Jos, today, as we come on to, I believe, Spoon Curve.
Yep.
And thank you. And full power out on the exit. Down to the straight. We'll stay on board as it looks like we've got fast. I've got yellows in sector 2, but maybe a car moving out of the way. Ooh, just taking the rumble strips quite hard there. Coming through the last corner is the Casio triangle. I've been doing my research, as you can tell. And across the line, Jos 129.0 is the first time.
Yeah, not too bad of a lap from EOS. I'm expecting quite a lot of these guys to try the soft tyres to set their fastest lap, because it is possible to do a one-stop, super soft to medium, but it isn't exactly the easiest, as Harry goes behind it. Gabrig, who I don't know much about, personally, He does a 28.6, which is a very decent lap on the soft tyres. I think we could be seeing guys getting into the 27s with the softs, but as a banker, that's very, very solid. Who else do we have on a lap? Chapelele appears to be starting one. As this time, we got energetics as well. These guys are all just starting their laps as opposed to actually running on them. Monkey has gone P5, Chapelele setting a banker on the super softs, I'd say. So overall, not a whole lot of representative times in the early stages of this session. It is obviously a difficult track to get a lap in. There's so many technical corners at this track, especially with the first sector in particular. Just really, part of the S's and Dunlop as well, a very difficult corner. It's just always trying to get away from you. So I'm watching Larkin right now in the Force India. The exiting from Extrema. I don't know what he's on. I think he's crashed going down towards the deck. Is that his car that's stranded there? But that's another. This can't be the first time that's happened here. Extrema's qualifying session being cut short yet again.
It's a huge disappointment for Extrema. Oh yeah, I can see the car now. Larkin's going past. So yeah, that is a crash that has ended the session. So Extrema may be starting at the back of the pack as Larkin actually just has to move out of the way there of a slow-moving McLaren. So that may just affect his lap time a little bit, but it's coming down to the final couple of corners before he gets to pit straight. Larkin, it was on the medium, so again it could be just a banker lap, but he's trying to get the best time he can. And he comes across in third, a 1:29.5.
Yoss definitely showing impressive pace early on, so that I can't say that was a bad prediction from yourself. I'm watching J. Cole now, coming down into the Casio Triangle, late on the brakes, down into second gear now, just trying to kick as clean as possible, takes a lot of curve on the inside, trying to stay off that curve on the outside. Now he's full throttle, run to the line, what's the time going to be? Looks like he's invalidated unfortunately, so he is going to go again, but no real representative lap for Jaco at the minute, as a lot of these guys now on in laps or are coming or in the pits themselves, so maybe a bit of a cool down in this session. But certainly, likes of Energetics actually, who have just best, he has gone faster than his teammate. 3/10 off of that time of Gabriel, but it's a 28.9, a very solid lap to kick off his session. Energetics, you could say one of the guys is just really in form. Since we started these streams, he's taken 2 wins and a 4th place, I believe, last time out in Russia, so he's looking very impressive. But Yoss says the time his group's a light, a 28.4 in the medias. That is really, really impressive.
So my boy Yoss stepping up again. He's ready, he's in, he's listening to the stream. He knows there's a bit of pressure now, he's got the commentator's curse on him. He has to respond. Well, let's just see if we've got, we've got Tiggerby on a lap by the looks of it. Or it's a very fast outlap at least. So Tiggerby just on the soft, just coming around the final few corners. Let's have a look at Evolution, see how he's getting on. Not set a time yet. Let's find out where we are. He's going under the bridge. It's a very unique circuit, I believe. It's the only figure 8 on the calendar. So, you know, it's got its own little reputation as well with all the battles I've had here over the years. And, you know, when it used to be one of the last tracks that they race on, you know, titles being decided back in like the late 80s, 90s, although I know it's shared with Fuji back then, but hopefully either way, otherwise that's an incorrect fact for you, as we come around Spoon Curve in the Red Bull, using as much of the track as can, a bit of the AstroTurf, but now he gets the hammer down on the races straight. So I'm just looking at Gabri, so Gabri, who done really well, you know, on his first lap, has fit the super softs, so as you said, you know, a lot of drivers may be going for the soft approach, you know, soft medium in the strategy, but Gabri is gambling on the supers. We'll just watch Evolution come round the final corner now, power down to the line, and it is P4 for the Red Bull driver.
Not too bad of a lap. He's actually, well, he is a decent way over pace, but he is actually ahead of some championship contenders that have gone on the mediums themselves. Larkin is just exiting the pits on a set of soft tyres. Harry on a set of super soft, so he's maybe looking to get right up there for a qualifying position. It is possible to manage the super softs. The problem is, as with many tracks on the calendar, tyre temperatures difficult to manage on the super softs. Not impossible, but certainly not the easiest to go through. So the Toro Rosso goes over the line to start the hot lap now on the super soft tyres there. I believe he is going full chat now. He's going to keep it in 7th gear now, breaking down hard on the brakes into 4th. Try to keep it as tight as possible. Run out a little bit onto the outside curve now, into the S sections. Don't take too much of that curve, it will chuck you. Runs a bit wide, that's offline, and then just if you make the tiniest mistake, you can see how much it compromises. He's really only now been able to get himself back and going now on the right line. Don't want to run too wide at Dunlop. If you hit that grass, it will spin you. Now we come down into the high-speed deck. There's high-speed, sixth gear, runs out wide, and that's going to ruin his lap. So I believe Harry probably would have backed off of that. So maybe the man in the Toro Rosso just a little bit under pressure here. He's not exactly putting down the performance that we'd expect from him.
So yeah, Harry is one of the 3 title contenders. He's going quietly about his business. The Greek driver. Wi-Fi from Africa, as Tamd says. But yeah, he's got a good connection so far, and he's connecting a few dots in this race. As he finds himself at P7 now, just needs to store that ERS, manage your fuel, and get going again on another lap. He's got to respawn. Rodriguez also has moved on to the super softs, so we've got Gabri, Harry, and Rodriguez making a choice, put the red wall tyre on. And we'll stick with Rodriguez just as he's moving to the back end of Sector 2 into Sector 3. And he's got about 18 seconds in hand to get across the line. J. Cole on an out lap, set 2 laps on the mediums. I think both must have been invalidated. So a bit of pressure on J. Cole really. An outside bet for the championship. And Rodriguez is actually in a good position here. And that is fastest, 1:27.5. Really fast lap there.
Yeah, very good lap from him. I believe that the top drivers in this league should be getting down into the low 27s, maybe mid 27s with the Supers. That is a fairly good time. From Rodriguez, you've got Yossis just came out on the sauce. You've got Gabrick, who set a very respectable time earlier on, so we'll see if he's able to continue on the run there. Tries to hook it into the apex, or runs wide onto the curb there on the outside, but it is the fastest way around there. Keeps it very tidy, not pushing too hard through these S sections there. Don't want to run too hard over the curbs there. Try to keep it tight here to really swing it out and open up Dunlop. He runs a bit wide. He's able to control the car on the curve. Now coming down into the second sector deck. There's now takes a lot of curve on the inside. Runs out onto the outside there. Takes a lot of curve again on the inside. Just about managing to keep the momentum though. Now, there we go, 6th gear down into 2nd, maybe into 1st to just rotate the car. There's a lot of steering work there, and then hard on the power. Coming down towards spin curb there. That's what his mind is on now. The McLaren driver looking to impress on his debut. Going down into spin, 5th gear. Trying to run out onto the outside and really just keep the car rotating all the way through here. Runs out wide, just about being able to keep it on the track so he won't get an invalidation. Now, he's paired up now for the fantastically fast 130R corner, which in classic cars it's a little bit difficult, but in the modern F1 car, easily flat. Now braking for the Casio triangle, down into 2nd gear, takes a nice little curve on the inside, stay off the outside curve, nice exit for him now, and coming up to the line now. Can he challenge that time from Rodriguez? He's just a 10th away. That's not a bad lap at all for the McLaren, but it's these 2 Superstar runners, Rodriguez and Gabrick, 1st and 2nd for the moment.
So unless they're really set on the strategies, the drivers will be looking at those top 2 times, especially Gabri on his debut. You know, as a full Formula 1 enthusiast, you want to see McLaren on the front row. So that's something to consider for the drivers. They can see the pace the Supers have got. As you touched on earlier, keeping the tyre temperatures and the wear down, going to be an issue. But it's a one-lap race. Do you want to start on pole? Do you want to have that opportunity to lead the race, especially knowing, as J. Cole's kindly pointed out to us, that it will be a full wet race at the end. You know, we're going to have that drama, just like we did in Russia. As soon as we saw those raindrops, we both got a little bit excited.
Wait, because we both want to see the most dramatic of races here. But one thing I want to see, if anyone wants to stick on the mediums and just try and start on them and go all the way to the rain. It's not a bad idea for strategy, but the problem is with qualifying is that you only get 1 set of them, so you have to make your lap count if you can make it. Now I'm watching Harry exit turn 1 now, going into the S section. Of course, made a mistake last time out, and he's managing to keep it a bit cleaner this time now, staying off those curves, but gets out of shape again, manages to hook it back onto the tight line into Dunlop. Nice and tight, runs wide, but he's able to keep it together. They're coming down into the negatives now, and then high speed it just takes a lot of apex speed around there. But now he's coming out now, preparing himself for the hairpin now. Keeps it in 6th, hard on the brakes there, trying to rotate the car all the way around, and he gets on the power, and now he's got to prepare himself for spin curve, and I'll let you take it away, Varley.
Thank you. So as Harry heads around to Spoon on the left-hand side as he turns in here, sweeping around in 5th gear, drops down to 4th, gets the power out now, keeps it on the line. A few drivers have gone a bit wide there onto the Astro, but Harry determined to keep all 4 wheels on the track. And we are now in 7th gear. ERS is flowing as we head round. We've got yellows in sector 2, and we're into Casio. So it's a quick, I think it's right and left looking at it. As we come around now to the line, it's going to be close. Now it's just going to drop away, and it is P5 for Harry. So Harry into P5, one of the title contenders. Jos, 3rd at 127.8, is on the softs, but you need to keep an eye on Tiggerby and Shape. They are gambling onto the super softs, as is Larkin. Larkin, his icon has changed to the super soft, so he might be making that choice. Well, he's got a bit of time in hand. Driver's going to be a bit rushed now to get back to the pits and get some new tyres on.
So these guys now, we're beginning to experience the late session flurry that we all love at the end of qualifying sessions. Harry, I've got to say, I think he's cutting a bit too close on time. I can't see him possibly making it round to get another lap in, so it's not gone to plan there for him in this qualifying session.
I'm just on board with Tiggerby, the other McLaren, and this would be a real good turn up if Tiggerby, I believe, is his 2nd race, and Gabriel on his 1st, could take a 1-2, lock out the front row for the McLarens. But Tiggerby is on the super softs, he's on a lap, and it's full attack as Sevi retires from the session in P4, so respectable effort that. So we'll stay on board and watch the completion of Tiggerby's lap as Larkin is on his way out, championship leader. J. Cole on his way out. J. Cole needs a lap. Lots of pressure on the Force India driver to make sure he gets a clean lap in. Don't want to start at the back. Tiggerby comes across the line and is 3rd. And I think that'll be it. I think that is the end of Tiggerby's session. So let's see. Who can we join on board? Let's see. Energetics. Energetics is coming to the end of his lap. Tiggerby's retired in 3rd. Happy with his efforts there. Energetics into P6. So one of the title challengers, Owen Imagine 6. Now Harry coming round. Might have just been a little bit affected by the McLaren, who bravely moves onto the grass to get out of the way. But now Harry, Jos retires from 4th. So he's happy with his lap time there. So I'll stay on board with Harry. I think he's backed off.
Yeah. I think Jos has every reason to retire. He can be very happy with P4 on the soft tyres. He's in a great position for the race. And now we have championship leader Larkin now. The session's not quite going to plan for him so far, and I've decided to switch it up because I'm bored with Larkin. I'm going to see his teammate J. Cole now coming down in a spin curve. A lot of pressure on this man, not having set a time, but the lap seems clean so far. Exiting Spoon runs onto the curve a little bit now. Full chat going down into 130R. To use a Varley phrase, the ERS is flowing, going down round 130R now towards Casio Triangle there. A lot of downshifting in a very short amount of time in 2nd gear. Tries to keep it clean and not run onto that curve, and then keep it as tight as possible, go close to the pit wall, and the shortest run to the line. Where does Zico go? It's P7. Not a bad lap from him by any means, but it's not going to be challenging those guys. Jos, Sevi and Energetics have set quicker laps on the soft tyres. Now we've got Larkin now coming down towards Spoon. He has got to improve. Let's see what he can do.
Just going to watch Gabri coming across the line now, trying to snick pole away from Rodriguez. And it is Gabri who takes pole as it stands, and Rodriguez is backed off. So Rodriguez is not on a lap, so we'll move to Larkin. Can Larkin get on the front row, on the supers? Energetics, Evolution and Larkin, we are waiting for. Energetics crosses P6. Evolution is P11, so it's now Larkin. Can Larkin take pole? He does! The championship leader in the Force India is on pole. So he's setting the standard for the rest of the grid today. Well, that was an eventful qualifying. drivers have gambled on the super softs, and especially with the rain affected. And I'd be interested, like you say, to see if anyone does risk the mediums, start the mediums, or just try and get to when we have rain at the end of the race. But let's just do quick classifieds. Larkin on pole, Gabri on his debut in second. That's a great effort. Rodriguez third, Tiggerby fourth, Yoss fifth, Sevi sixth, Energetics, J. Colt and Harry all being a sniff for the title are 7th, 8th and 9th. Monkey on his debut is 10th, Evolution 11th, Willow 12th, Shape 13th, and Extrema, unfortunately, is in 14th. So, judging by this qualifying session, go on then. Are you still backing your boy to win?
He's done well there in P6, to be honest, on the softs, but I have to say with Larkin, that is so crucial that he got that lap, and he really needed that, especially on the supers. Now, what I'm interested in, the softs and the dry would be the tyre of choice for me, but if you want to go to the rain, it's going to be difficult to take the softs that far, and obviously, if you're on the supers, you can pit a bit earlier and just get ahead. So, and obviously, there's the aid of qualifying. So I don't know. I think that the Supersoft may have been the right choice. So Larkin has made an ingenious call in that respect. But we'll see. Obviously, I can't really judge how this is going to play out. But yeah, it's going to be very exciting to see if the soft runners starting P5 and below, I believe, see if they're able to take it to those top four on tyres that will go off quickly. So it's got all the ingredients for a great race. It's your final commentary. Hopefully they put on the show for you. Let's do this.
That's what I'm hoping. A1 drivers, if you're listening, please give me something to go on that's a bit of quality. I'm just looking. I think Japan must be now in Britain because it's glorious sunshine. You won't believe it's about to rain. But that is typical British weather at its finest, really. So I'll see the drivers get away. And I've got a question for you, alright? And this is going off just a little bit on tangent. It's still Formula 1 related. But you've seen the cars. I've seen you on Twitter rating the car liveries. Alright? So which is your favourite for next season?
Okay, it's not off topic at all. I don't know what you're talking about. To be honest, I don't think there's any livery that's actually like bad as such. Apart from Racing Point, I hate that.
Yeah.
But to be honest, my favourite livery out of all of them would either be the Mercedes or the McLaren. Be one of those two.
So as much as I am I say Force India, I am, being for the last few years a Force India fan now, and it's obviously Racing Point. I do agree. It's not nice, but for me, and it's a bit of a controversial one, so I know it's been a bit of a touchy subject. I love the Ferrari. Absolutely love the matte finish on the Ferrari. So that is mine, and like, as much as I love them, I like McLaren, I like its history and stuff, I am begging them to go back to the white and red. That's what I want to see. I want them just pay homage to that era. Get the red and white back on. I'm not a fan of this orange and blue.
I'm unfortunately not old enough to know about the red and white.
Sorry, I think.
But yeah, on the topic of this race, these guys now running the formation lap. Thankfully, there's been no disqualifications yet. Hopefully, I've not jinxed these guys. But yeah, all the ingredients for a great race. Different strategies. It's a slightly mixed up grid, you could say. There's some of the newer drivers in the league starting in the top four. Really well done from them, obviously. So it's going to make things very interesting, of course, right at the end of the race. Mixed up grid, different strategies. It's just going to be absolutely incredible. Larkin takes them round and goes onto the grid. So let's do this now. We're heading up now for the Japanese Grand Prix, one of the most loved circuits on the calendar. Let's do this.
So as the drivers form up, I just want to make just a very quick comment as well about Rodriguez. I'm just looking, Rodriguez yet to score a point, and he's starting P3. So I'm wishing him all the best. I hope this is the race where that is broken, and he gets his first points of the season. So good luck, Rodriguez, if you're listening. But let's get ready. This is time now for the Japanese Grand Prix to start as the lights start to fill. Larkin, the championship leader, is at the front, and we are racing at Suzuka. Lots of clean getaways. Just keep an eye at the back, but Larkin under pressure from Gabri straight away. Larkin, got contact. There's Gabri and Rodriguez. Oh, I'm so sorry, Rodriguez. But Larkin is getting away. Gabri and Tiggerby, the McLaren second and third. Yoss having a look around the outside of Tiggerby, and Yoss Does he make the move stick? This is so close. Now Tiggerby fights valiantly, keeps P3. But Yoss has run wide. Yoss on the grass, and now all the cars are starting to catch and slip past. And now can Rodriguez. I do believe he's got damage. Yeah, he does. So that's a huge shame for the Mercedes driver. But J. Cole now in 8th. Monkey 9th. Harry 10th. Harry's dropped a few places.
Wow, chaos down at turn 1 there. I saw front wings flying all over the place, and it came from the contact with Gabrick and Rodriguez. I believe that Gabrick kind of slowed when Rodriguez wasn't expecting, and the Mercedes runs into the side of the McLaren, but it doesn't look like Gabrick was affected, and he is chasing Larkin out in front there in this race. This guy's looking very strong, I have to say. Looking good at the front there ahead of Tegebe. Then we've got a pack of cars behind there. Yoss trying to recover from that mistake there. He's got a bit of clean air there. Rodriguez now under pressure from J. Cole there. The Force Indy driver looks to the outside down into the Casio triangle. He gets a little bit of a squeeze, but it's Rodriguez who actually runs wide. So Rodriguez off the track. Larkin sets them off there on the first lap. We've got yellows. I believe Rodriguez has dropped all the way to the back of the field. Well, after such an impressive qualifying session, we'll likely put on the mediums, I'm expecting here, and just try and stretch the ring. Now he's putting on the softs.
Oh, we've got someone off.
Where is it?
Energetics. Yeah, Energetics
Wow.
in the Haas has gone off, and Larkin, this is a big opportunity as we've got the Williams as well of Sevi. Sevi's going slow. So Larkin, the championship leader, this is playing into his hands if he wants to have a big advantage at the last few races, but he is under pressure from Gabri. Gabri on his first race is going to put Larkin under pressure. He has got no preference over the force of the driver. He wants to win today, set the example on his first race. So Larkin has got to be careful. He's driving now. Monkey moves ahead of J. Cole, just a bit further back. So Monkey's having a good debut race as well. Now J. Cole trying to respond in the Force India. Moves out the slipstream to the outside, turning to Spoon. Sweep around to the left. And Monkey responds. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there, but Monkey a bit physically keeps the position. But this has opened up a door for Harry. We've got a big train of cars now following this gap. So the front 3, 4 pulling away just a little bit. But let's have a look. So we have got the Force India J. Cole making a move on Monkey. And Harry runs really wide.
Oh!
Let's see how this plays out. This is so close. So now we've got, I think, was that the Williams? Monkey cutting the chicane there. And he's got a 3-second penalty.
That was Monkey. He dive bombs J. Cole into the chicane and overshot it, but Yoss and J. Cole have both come into the pits there. J. Cole is getting a wing fix, and as is Yoss. These guys both getting collected in. It's been a very instant-packed start to this race. So it's allowed some of those guys that were running in the lower end of the top 10 to move up. So we're looking there, both Yoss and J. Cole choosing those medium tyres. Maybe going all the way to right now. Watching Evolution. He's gone off in the S section. That's the Extrema, Shape Lily, and a bunch of other cars passing. There's Energetics on his recovery, going through in 9th place now. So Shape Lily now looking very quick though on these mediums though. He's able to make his way through there. Just behind Extrema, he's come through from the back. Behind Harry though. These guys all in a bit of a train now. Gabrick is now leading the race. We've not quite been able to catch that, but Gabrick now leads from Larkin. These two being able to gap Tegebe out in front. Yellow sector 1. What is going on at this stage?
Oh,
and it's
Gabri's lost it. Gabri's lost it. Can he hold the car? Oh, he's just stayed on the barriers, but he's on the grass, and Tiggerby gets through to second. So Larkin and Tiggerby take advantage of the mistake by Gabri. Oh, now the pressure's on. Can Gabri get back into that fight for the lead? We had yellows in sector 1. I'm sorry to cut you off there, Tam. I just had it on my stream. So Harry now hassling the back of the Williams of Monkey. Harry in the championship fight. He does need this position now. He's going to get DRS. And he slips into slipstream now. He's moved straight to the outside. This looks like a pretty straightforward move unless Monkey tries anything down the inside. And Harry shuts the door and takes P4. Oh, got a car going flying. It's Extrema. And he comes back onto the track and collects Sevi. Oh, that's really unfortunate for the Williams driver there, just going about his business. But Extrema does collect Sevi. Now Sevi still going, but that may have been just a little bit more damage that it doesn't need. So very scrappy race so far in this A1. I'm just going to let you just take over the reins and I'll pick up who you are talking about.
Yeah, these guys all just so excited they're going at it. Maybe a little bit too much. Their front lines have flown and casualties have been taken there. But up at the front, Larkin has managed to keep his head just under all the pressure really. He's just driven his own race out in front at the moment. Seggy's chasing there on the McLaren, trying to get up to him. And he is actually doing a very good job. Gabrick, though, is sliding around him on both of them. He's now being caught by the midfield train. Jetic looks like he's hassling the back of Willow Wolves they're moving through.
So yeah, Gabri seems to be really struggling at Spoon. That seems to be where Gabri's really not got the right setup. As Shape has a look at Monkey, and Shape ducks down the inside. As he made the move stick down, Monkey keeps position, but he does have that 3-second penalty for corner cutting. So that is going to play. Oh, and Monkey nearly crashed into the wall there. The pit lane entrance. Just backed out of it, but now Shape makes the move down the outside, holds the line, and makes the pass on the mediums on the harder tyre.
Oh.
Monkey's come back and I think Monkey did. There's a little bit of a dive bomb there, and he went
Monkey
straight
ran into the back. He keeps running. He's taking him. He's hitting him in the back, and he's lost. I don't know what. Monkey. He's had quite a few red mist moments so far in this race. Got yellows in sector 2. Who is that? I can't really see much of no there. Harry has gone past Gabrick there. The McLaren must have just cooked his tyres because he's gone off completely. But Monkey is just driving so aggressively. This is not a good look for him on his debut, and he breaks early, and that's caught out Shape lately. These guys bumping and barging all over the place there. The Ferrari tries to pull out to the outside, going into the hairpin. Monkey gets very aggressive to the inside. Energetic sends it on Willow Wolves, and that's a great move from him. He's able to keep it now. Willow Wolves under pressure from Sevi. These guys all going at it there. The Ferrari gets in front of the Williams. Shape Lily moves through, going down towards Spoon. Is Monkey going to come back at him there with a send it? Again goes very close to the back of him, but is able to keep it clean this time now. But man, Extrema picks up a penalty. What is going on in this race?
Well, I asked for action, didn't I? My last one, and I'm definitely getting it, and then some. So Shape, Monkey, and now Monkey coming under a bit of pressure from Energetics. So Energetics trying to make a clean pass on a driver who's just, he's very physical with his driving today. On his debut, just maybe a bit excitable. But let's see if Energetics, as Gabri makes his move into the pits, his tyres are done. So Gabri in. Let's see if any moves are made coming onto the S's. So we've got Shape in front of Monkey, Energetics, Sevi, and then the Red Bulls. And they're just at the back there, Extrema, so he's just clinging on. So let's see as we come through. We've got yellows in sector 1. We've got a few yellow flags today, actually. Oh, and Monkey's got offline. And Energetics tries to take advantage down the inside.
Oh no.
So Shape pulls away.
They're in contact!
This
The
is
two
so
drivers
physical.
came together. They came together on the run down towards Sector 1. Now Energetics has been caught off their Monkey, losing out there. Sevi and Energetics both moving through. Sevi, of course, one of the drivers that's really picked up at his pace, going through the season. Yellows in Sector 1. And that's Yosser. Yoss has lost his wing, I believe. He's got damage and he's gone off. And that's Jaco going past him. So the Force India moves up. Garrick's up ahead of both of them. What is going on in this race? We've got moves going on in the midfield. I can't keep up with all this. Energetics managed to get himself in front of this terrain. Evolution now. Having a look at the back of the Williams. And we've got Yellow Wolves and Extrema going at it at the back of the train here for 9th and 10th. As we've got Monkey under pressure. Running outside goes Evolution. Gets pushed off the track by the Williams man. Lark goes into the pits. Gets a penalty. And now down the inside goes Evolution. Goes very feisty on the brakes, able to hold on. Monkey pressuring him, Extrema basically pushing the Williams around the track. What is happening? Larkin in, he's picked himself up a penalty, unfortunately, for stop go, and of course he's not going to have served it. But more important things, more action packed, it's going on into turn 1. Monkey backs out of the move from the Red Bull of Evolution. Now Extrema tries to pressure him up ahead. Sevi and Energetics driving away from all this chaos, and I think they'll be glad. This is just a manic.
So I'll let you catch your breath there, Tam. As Yoss also gets a penalty, so it just goes from bad to worse for Yoss. He does need a safety car. It's the only way they can get back into this race now, after pitting and then suffering damage as well. But Extrema trying to put pressure on the Williams of Monkey, and he has a good little exit there. Oh, bit of a dive down the inside, and they do make contact, and that allows Willow to skip through. So Willow makes a move. Rodriguez retires. That's a shame after again another great qualifying. Monkey and Extreme are side by side, wing to wing, as they come round towards Spoon. And they're pretty much spooning the cars as well as they come round. There's no space between them. Will Monkey have a look? No. So Monkey does not make the move on Extremer, and now Extremer just gets a good exit and starts to open the gap, so it may start to settle down. Let's just have a look at Sevi. That's the closest gap on track. So Sevi chasing the back of Energetics. Energetics actually doing quite well so far this race. He's staying out of trouble as much as he can. He's been caught up in a little bit, but now he's got a bit of a gap just to escape what's going on behind him. But Sevi on the chase. Tam's pick to win with the standard at the front as well, as Monkey's actually pitted, so Larkin up to 9th now, and he's made his stop, so he just needs to start picking people off and get back in the chase. The traffic may affect him though, it may hold him up just a little bit. Yoss, I feel sorry for him. I mean, he's really having a bad news day today.
So now that I've caught my breath, I want to point out Shape Lily currently sitting in P3 on the medium compound tyres. He's staying out of trouble, and it's just, well, it's worked wonders for him there. He's out in front and just controlling this P3 at the moment. Now he's being caught by the Haas and the Williams behind, who have managed to get themselves out of all the carnage and beginning to close on them. So the battle for the podium heating up. Tegebe doing really well on the supers, I have to say. He didn't look the quickest in the opening few laps, but he's been managing them well. He's maintaining the gap to Harry behind, and Tegebe looks on for a very strong result if he can keep this up.
So Extremers gets a 3-second penalty there for multiple warnings. So one stat that is still ongoing, it's still a theme of these streams, is the fact that Larkin is finishing the points every race. And there was a little bit of doubt, if he was going to race today, but he is here. He's returned from his holiday, and he's looking to make it 17 from 17 in the points. He's got a little bit of a scrap on his hands today. He may have a job on to win the race, but he's doing well. He's got the pit in early, and now he'll be on attack, trying to filter through the crowd. And he's actually just set the fastest lap, so he's responding now. He needs to get his foot down. Before Tigby was having a fantastic race. Unfortunately, Gabriel had a great qualifying. His tyres have just let down a little bit, especially on Spoon. That's where he's been struggling. But the McLaren will hope. He's got the mediums on now. He'll try to get to the end. As you can see, it's starting to cloud over just a little bit. We know there's rain due in this race, and heavy rain as well. It won't just be a little tiddle. It's going to come down, and it's going to make exciting and maybe even more carnage than what we've already had, as you just described it. But this is the big fight on track at the minute. It's for 4th position. Shape, Energetics and Sevi. So they are coming round now to the Spoon. Fast sweeping left-hander. Shape on the mediums. He's got the harder compound tyres on. Could he be making that little gamble that you talked about in quali? Is he going to go to the rain on the mediums? Because that would be a great little tactic. But he is just slipping away from the front too. Harry, the title contender, is in the points as it stands on the podium. He's under a bit of pressure now. So Shape under pressure from Energetics, the other title contender. He's in a beautiful run of form at the right time to close the gap to Larkin and bring himself into the fight. So let's join Energetics on board. Makes the move to the inside of Shape. And I think Shape's going to wisely just let that go. He's won the battle, but has he won the war? Harry, 3-second penalty. So that could be important, especially Larkin does have a 5-second stop go.
Could be crucial, and Tegebe still out there on those supers. I can't believe he's taking them this long. He's taking them twice as long as his teammate. But it might not be the wisest. I'm following the gap between him and Larkin. Larkin, of course, with a 5-second stop go. But the gap between them has gone down by 2 seconds in the last lap. So Tegebe has stretched them so far. Harry is now catching him. Energetics is going to be on the charge now. He's already got Ship Lily, who's now going to have to deal with the Williams behind him there, as he also picks up the fastest lap of the race. This is a small consolidation. 57 seconds off the race lead. It's not exactly been his day. I have to. Can you concede your prediction at this point?
No, I still have faith. There will be a safety car. Yoss will just pick his way through. I've got full faith in the man. No, realistically, he does need Oh, the racing gods to look down on him today. But we'll stay on board with Sevi. So Sevi is applying pressure to Shape, who's on the harder compound tyre. Just starting to struggle a little bit now. Tiggerby is down to a 1 second gap in front of Harry, and actually is coming to the pits. So Tiggerby is in the pits. We'll just watch the McLaren drive and just see if it's just the tyres. Yep, no wing. Straight on to the softs. So Tiggerby out. Larkin, importantly, is in front. And he'll be comfortably in front as well.
Yeah, Larkin's still in a very strong position in this race. He's got to try and close the gap to Shape Lely in front of him. The gap between Harry and Energetics fairly stagnant at this stage. Willow's in the pits as well. He's come out behind Gabrick and Jaco. These guys are pitting a bit earlier. Of course, Jaco had damage at the start. He pitted with Yoss early on in this race. He's looking to mount a comeback through the field and could be in a half-decent position, only 26 seconds off the lead. So he could be up there with some of those guys in the midfield. Energetics isn't really exactly waltzing away from Shape Lely, I have to say. Shape Lely is keeping honest. The gap just under a second as it stands. Sevi is trying. He is hassling the back of the Ferrari, but unable to get through. It's still the closest battle on track at the moment. One mistake from the Ferrari will allow the Williams to go through. Now Larkin still pushing along. He's managed to Willow pitting has helped him out because he was catching the Red Bull. Now he has no Red Bull in sight. He's 5 seconds to Sevi. Shape Energetics ahead of him. So he is looking very strong in this race. And Harry pits.
So the race leader, Harry, into the pits in the Toro Rosso.
Shape almost bends it, going down onto the main straight. He hit the grass and almost went into the wall. So close there. And Monkey picks up a penalty. Disaster for him. But Harry exits. He gets out in front. The Extrema stays out ahead. Now, it's a difference of tyre choices here. Harry on mediums. Sevi on mediums. Energetics on super softs. He's trusting that the rain's going to come earlier. And if this call doesn't work out, it will be it's just a disaster for him. But he does come out ahead of Jaco, crucially, for the hat. So he can now have a chance to just hammer in the lap times. And I expect he's going to be flying up to the back of Harry.
So pitting is underway. Strategies starting to be formed for the impending rains. It's going to get pretty exciting pretty soon. Just a bit of a stalemate at the minute. Let's just check with Gabri. So Harry's been in the pits, come out in front of Gabri, and Gabri now on the hunt, but he'll be under pressure shortly from Energetics, who's got fresh supers on. So Shape leads from Larkin. Larkin is chipping away that lead though. Shape's done 11 laps, so he's trying to go a long way on the mediums, hopefully, if he can, to the point of a switch over onto the wetter tyres. Let's just join the McLaren driver. Let's ride with him on his pursuit of one of the championship contenders, Harry. Larkin, I mean, this race is really playing to Larkin's hands. You know, I know, as you're saying to you, he might have been a little bit worried as he's not had all the practice in the world, but this race is just developing nicely for him. And as long as it stays clean now, no safety car, he could bring it home, and that'll extend his advantage with only 4 races to go. Extrema in the pits. It's a wing change for Extrema, so that's going to hold him up just a little bit. Extrema now dropping down the pecking order.
Extrema exits the pits on the medium, so he's playing it safe there on his strategies. Energetics is taking the big risk at this point, but he is going to have a short-term game as he closes up on the McLaren of Gabrick ahead of him. Of course, a race leader at some point in the race, but doesn't have anywhere near the pace of the Haas behind him. Look at the grip that's being provided by the supers. Energetics closes in there as they round the deck. Goes there. McLaren's still out in front. Is Energetics going to go ambitious, or is he just going to sit and wait for the main straight there? Doesn't go for it into the hairpin now. He's going to look to get good traction out of it, which these tyres will provide for him. Now he's slipstream, he's in overtake mode. Gabrick saving a bit more ERS. Now Energetics turns it down as well, but is he going to be going for it? He is being sensible, and he's backing out of the move there. Shape Lely still being hunted down by Larkin, who's showing impressive pace at this stage there on pressure and softer tyres. But now Energetics, he senses the opportunity, goes to the inside, go down towards 130R. He's up to 8th gear. He's cleared him already. I don't think Gabrick had any intention of fighting that. He knows the difference in pace between these guys. Extrema moves past Monkey, who is obviously his race kind of fallen apart a little bit in recent laps. He now moves down into 12th at this stage. Gabrick now is going to have the DRS of Energetics, which he's going to use to try and keep up with the back of the Haas. He has the Force India man of Jaco chasing him down. But Larkin continuing to close the hood shape, and I think I need to catch my breath.
So you have another breather. You should be alright in your youth. You should have a nice set of lungs on you. we'll keep for this battle just through the S's. Coming down through to the Dunlop curve now. So they sweep round to the left, and Energetics is pulling away and is starting to close the gap to Harry. 0.6 is the gap. Harry on the mediums. Energetics has made the gamble to go on to supers, and I'm just keeping an eye on the clouds above. As we've got yellows in sector 1, it's Extrema. Extrema's out. So that must be retirement. He's been battling with Monkey. So I hope there was no Monkey play there in that little battle.
Well, I'm not sure, but he has gone off halfway through the S section, so unfortunate for Extrema. Both the Mercedes drivers having pretty disastrous races, it must be said, but now focusing on this battle. 2 championship contenders about to go at it there. Energetics tries to close in on the Toro Rosso. Is he going to go aggressive? He lifts off the throttle, go down towards 130R. Harry tries to go defensive, going into the chicane. He wants to hold him up for as long as possible. Energetics looks to the outside of the Casio triangle, doesn't quite make it. Harry misses the apex in the final corner. That's going to allow Energetics to get the run on him. He's got the DRS. Harry's going to go defensive, but I'm not sure he's got much to fight with. Rounding outside goes the Haas. He's already ahead. He's already cleared him. Not much of a fight that Harry can do. The DRS powering him through, and Energetics moves up into P4 on his progress through the field. Larkin continuing to chase out shape, and I believe I can see a few spots of rain.
So it is time. So this gamble seems to be alright for Energetics. Not ideal, but it is starting to spit just a little bit. I was watching Larkin. Let's just quickly switch to the Force India driver. He did get the gap down to 0.6 of a second, and then it doubled in time to 1.2. So I don't know if he made a little bit of a move, a little bit of a mistake, but it's given Shape just a little bit of border. But Shape is driving such a smart race. He's took these tyres 14 laps, and we are nearly at the switchover point. So his tactic, let's just see if he has stopped. No, Shape's the only driver not to stop, so this has been a fantastic strategy. And I'm going to say, Tam, you called it. You said it was an option, so you can take credit for this. But Shape, under pressure from Larkin, 0.6 is the gap, so Larkin again chipping away at the lead. But we are not far away from maybe moving on to Inters. We'll wait for Jeff to tell the drivers it is time. But J. Cole is closing the gap on Gabri as well, just a little bit further back. Let's just stay at the front here. Shape from Larkin. DRS is still active. So that's always the big tell as well. When DRS is disabled, that's when you know it's time. But it is starting to rain. Shape leads after a bold strategy, yet to stop, but the championship leader Larkin right behind. As it just sweeps around, this is going to be very hard now, a bit greasy, it'll be like being on ice. Just guiding your cars around as tight as you can. And he's making the move! Big contact! And they're still fighting for position. Is Larkin? Whoa! Not too sure what happened there. Shape's behind. The cars are still going. So Shape's still in the battle.
Maybe that was cleaner than it looked from her point of view, but if you saw what I saw, then that wasn't exactly the prettiest thing.
Yeah, I did see Shape go over the top.
Yeah. But anyway, Larkin now leads. I think there is a bit of decent lag between these guys, unfortunately, but Larkin now, he is considered by everyone in this league as an incredible wet driver. Now he's got his chance to show his worth in these greasy conditions. Now, but what is key here, Larkin has a 5-second stop and go penalty. So Shape is probably praying that the rain comes down harder so he can get off these old mediums and onto some inters. And then Energetics picks up a penalty. Now he is flying at this stage, closing down Tigamy, but that is going to hurt him in his charge. Jaco running around in P6. He's put in a very solid drive there from damage early on. He's like Shape, he's been very smart with his strategy, and he's running very low ERS. He's being very cautious on the throttle. I think, and oh, Larkin pits along with Shape Lily, so Jeff is giving these guys the call. The rain has come down immediately, so into the pits they go. Larkin serving his stop and go. So Shape will go ahead, and Shape retakes the lead of this race.
And it's going to be close between Tiggerby and I think, oh no, Tiggerby's just coming in now, so Larkin is going to take P2, so Shape does have race lead. So this has been a bold strategy. He didn't pit on the dries and he's gambled, he's taken his car to the front as Monkey gets a 5-second stop go for exceeding track limits. But all the drivers are coming in, they're all fitting the inters. It is time now for a bit of wet weather driving, a bit of Britain special.
The two Spaniards have come out the pits, ghosted inside each other. Look at this. The Williams and the McLaren. Gabrick sensibly backs out of it. So Sevi goes ahead and into P7 now. Shape now. Can he hold off the charging Larkin? I'm sure Larkin is determined as ever to try and close down that gap, but it's 3.6 seconds that he's got to chase down. Energetics comes out at P4. So now this race, all the different strategies is now stabilised. It's now effectively a race of attrition. Who's going to survive? Still 12 cars on the track there. Do you still back Yoss to win this one?
Yep, still got full faith in the Dutch driver. He's had a bit of misfortune, but he's got 10 laps to recover. Now, if I have to call it now, I mean, like you said, you've got more experience in this league than me, and everyone in the league agrees that Larkin is one heck of a wet weather specialist. Has he got enough in him to take that 3.4 gap? I mean, Shape has to drive the cleanest race he's ever driven. There's only 3-second penalty, and he's got a real effort now to keep the lead. So he needs to keep it clean in the Ferrari, but he's in a great position. Special shout out to Tiggerby as well. Tiggerby on only his second race. I mean, he's driving a fantastic effort. He's on the podium at the minute. A bit of a buffer behind him to the championship contenders, Harry and Energetics, as the gaps are starting to open up a little bit. There's no real pressure on any drivers apart from just purely keeping your car straight and on the track. But I mean, how many laps do you reckon it is until it gets to full wets? You know, we're going to have that other pit stop as well. I don't think anyone's going to gamble inters till the end of the race if it keeps getting heavier. So again, it could throw everything up between now and then. The final pit stop's going to determine, right, this is a straight race now to the end. But as it stands, Larkin chipping away at Shape by about 8/10 a lap. So he's setting the standards really. Can Shape fight back and keep the race lead?
Well, it's going to be a nail-biting finale between the McLaren and the Force India. And I think I agree with you on the point that we could be seeing transition onto the wets. The rain has come down ridiculously quickly. It only lasted a couple of laps. Gabrick has gone off. It was looking so good for the McLaren at one point, but he's made a mistake in the S section. Willow drives past him up into 8th. He's going to have Evolution not far behind as well. The crep already seems to be falling off of these guys, but not for a certain Mr. Larkin. Look at the gap come down.
So I think Shape's had a little bit of a wobble because he's just lost 2 seconds there. Is that a bit of contact?
Yeah.
Oh, this is so close.
Oh my. I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah, we're getting the same issue that we had earlier. But the driver's still going, thankfully. I want this fight to go all the way. But Larkin into the lead. It's scary at times when these two race each other. But Larkin is in a fantastic position now. If he extends his lead, it's going to take some special effort to close that gap with 4 races remaining. Especially as the championship contenders, none of them are on the podium as it stands. So they've got a real job on these next 4. And I'll be tuning in as much as I can, even if I'm sat at my desk in my office with the iPad on. I'll be doing my best because this is building up for one fantastic climax to the season. We are having an A1 on Apex online racing. As things just start to spread down. Now, Gabri is responding to his excursion off the track. And he's starting to hunt down Willow in the Red Bull. It's been
I want to point out the reason why Shape is dropping off so quickly. He has had an off-traffic excursion, surely because he has wing damage on the right-hand end plate of the Ferrari. That has gone horribly wrong for him now. Rodriguez has gone out of the session, which is a bit controversial, I've got to say, but now we've got the battle between the Red Bull and the McLaren duking away now as they exit, going down into the darkness in the second sector. Willow able to hold on for now, but Gabrick does look it does look to be the faster of the two drivers at the point. Both of them got a lot of ERS, 80 to 90%. Is Gabrick going to go aggressive? Is he going to go all out now as an Evolution as well? Looking to close into Willow. He's also got damage on the right end place. That explains his lack of pace at the moment and why they're all queuing up behind him. Energetics as well, chipping away at Tigaby's advantage. These guys will be catching shape as well, so we could be in for a nail-biting finale for Peter. Shape crosses the line at Peter, but he's got two guys, very quick drivers, hunting him down from behind.
So gap's starting to come down, the drivers are starting to meet up and have a little bit of a dance on the last few laps. Jos, my boy, he's got a bit of a job on. Might be a bit of a special effort, but you know, we've seen Jensen Button win from the back after pitting, what was it, 5 times and having a drive through. Anything's possible in this sport. It's wishful thinking. But let's just join Evolution. So the Red Bull on the hunt of Gabri, who on his debut, I think it's been a bit of a mixed bag, a beautiful qualifying, a bit of an eventful race. But he's had a little bit of an excursion as he's, oh, Gabri's gone. He's got to be careful here. And Evolution had to back off. He had to be sure that he wasn't going to collect the McLaren. But I don't know if it's anything to do with Gabri's setup, but he's losing that back end all the time.
I think he's set up his car to qualifying base. We saw in the Super Sauce, his tyres went off so quickly. And then these very difficult conditions with the rain still hammering down. Well, he's definitely just set up the car. As you said, the setup's just not quite gone right for him. He's struggling so much when the tyres lose grip, when the track loses grip. But we've got your boy Joss there. He is chasing down Monkey, continuing his charge up towards the front of the field. As Tigamy moves up past Shape Lily, it's an easy move coming out of 130. Back down the inside goes the Ferrari. There's contact between them. Tigamy goes over the chicane, an unjustified penalty for him there. Energetics moves through, and he's been gifted that third place there. Harry might be wanting to get involved in this sometime soon. But yeah, chaos, and it's not over yet as the Haas of Jos. These guys not battling for points at the moment, but it could turn into that soon as Jos goes on the inside. These guys both sliding around, trying to find the traction, and it's Jos that's able to do the better job. He gets past the Williams, going up into 11th place, and that is the first of many overtakes in his charge up to win the race. But Monkey is going to try and spoil the party. Down the inside into 130 on, there's contact between them. Jos, they're just about able to control the car there. Another aggressive and feisty move from Monkey. These guys able to keep it together. The two Red Bulls duking down the straight. But Evolution moves through on his teammate. They're up into 8th place. Neither of these Red Bulls featuring at the front of the field, but able to give us a good show at least as Monkey goes into the pits. And once again, it just goes from bad to worse for him. He's put on the wets though.
I was just going to ask you, are we at the point of wets? I mean, cars are really struggling now. But Energetics, let's just join him. He's got the closest gap on track. Monkey's some very physical driving today. He's like, if he was a footballer, he'd be a big centre half at the back, big presence. He's using his elbows very much on this track today. But let's join Energetics now in the Haas Championship contender. Larkin ahead, and he's opened the gap to 7 seconds. So Larkin just dominating this wet weather, and looks like he's going to extend his championship lead. Very unfortunate. Who was it? It was Shape, was it not? Who was it who got the penalty? Which was a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, it was Shape when he got pushed off the track, and he's also pitting him. Just watching the gap. Monkey isn't. He's got a stop go as well. Oh, it's went from a potential race win to a disaster for the Ferrari, and it's faced with a couple of laps. He's also put on the wets though, and he's going to try and undercut these guys. Sevi moves past, so these guys. So Shape going ambitious on the strategy. Larkin continues to boss the wet conditions. Tigamy trying to hold on ahead of Energetics there. These guys lapping around and will be like, well, I reckon the car is just going to be going straight on into corners. It's like driving a go-kart in the rain at this point. The car just doesn't really grip. The tyres not suited for the conditions anymore. Shape has came out just to make good bases. He's came out about a second ahead of Evolution, so we'll be able to see if he's able to pull away from the Red Bull man.
I've just been watching Energetics, and he is wrestling this car around. It is not responding to what he's saying. So he's really, really struggling now. But Shape on the wets in front of Evolution. So Shape and Monkey are the first to make the move onto the full wet tyres. And Evolution now, Shape's got out of position there. And Evolution sweeps around. It's as clean as a nut, that overtake. It looks like as much as it's really coming down, it's the wets that are struggling. But as I say, that Evolution goes off track. And he's inviting a bit of pressure here from Shape. This is the closest battle on the track. Energetic's not far behind Tiggerby. Tiggerby did take a bit of time out of Larkin. It took about 0.6 of a second, but Larkin now extending that gap again. He's responding to that. Just ensure he's going to keep. He does do what he needs to do now. He's got a 7-second buffer. He can just relax just a little bit on the high pressure corners. But let's see Jos. Jos on the attack as Gabri's left the session. And Jos is in the points. The comeback is on.
He's moved up 2 places in the last few laps. Like, this is just the start, really. I know there's only 5 laps to go, but like this is just momentum building for the Haasman. He is on a charge. Now, I'm going to be fair to him. He is actually maintaining the gap to Larkin out in front, so he's not exactly doing a bad job, despite all the misfortune that he's had in this race. Obviously, Energetics are trying to get up to the back of Tiggerby. These wet runners struggling, but these inter-runners struggling, but as well as past Shape, it's not ready yet. You know, the wets, they're providing even less grip than the inters are.
So the gamble may not have worked for Shape. It may be a good idea in context, but the wet weather tyres just aren't doing the job, and the inters still look like the right tyres to be on as they're starting to pull away. We are down to my last 5 laps commentating in AOR. Let's have a fantastic finish. Let Jos take the win. Come on, Jos.
Oh, this is just entertaining for me, to be honest. But Sevi trying to hunt down Jaco. Jaco has been one of the stars of this race for me, to be honest. Great comeback drive to 5th and able to maintain things. Tiggerby, I just want to point out, Tiggerby has closed on Larkin a little bit on this lap. So Larkin, I don't know if he's cruising or if he's struggling in these ultra difficult conditions, but Tiggerby looks impressive. Energetics going with him as Sevi picks up a 10-second penalty. I don't know how he's managed that.
I didn't see it, but it was at Casio, so unless you straight line the chicane. But I didn't see it.
Oh, there's a car on the wall. Is that Shape? Shape's gone past. Jos has moved past. No, it's Monkey. He's interrupted the path of the Toro Rosso of Harry, who's running quietly in 4th place. So there's been an incident between these two. Harry able to continue, Monkey getting involved and yet more carnage. But as we were talking, Jos picked up yet another position. He moves past Shape up into 9th. Go on, Jos. As Energetics picks up a penalty. Tiggerby, so what is going on? I can't really keep up with this anymore. Energetics picking up penalties. Tiggerby is coming alive at the moment. I don't know how he's managed this, but he is hassling the back of... Well, I'm not saying he's hassling the back of Larkin, but he is rapidly closing in the gap. Shape is out. I can't keep up with what's going on. Shape out of the points. Oh, I can't believe that's happened to him after such... Monkey's almost bent it. And yeah,
it's just one of them races, I think. I think that's the best way of summing it. It's just one of them races where everything's happening. As we've got yellows again, and it's Monkey again. Monkey in the wall, in the Williams. I think it's all over now. He has come out in front of one of the Red Bulls. I think it might be Evolution. So just needs to keep this clean here. And it's Willow. Ooh. Is it Willow? Evolution.
That's Evolution, yeah. Monkey went on the grass there as he was like through an almost swiped head to this more yells. That is evil. He's just gone off, and he's in the wall with Monkeys out of the race. Have they had to come in together going into Spoon Curb? But Willow moves past up into P7. What is going on in this race there? It's just all kicking off there now. Only it's all cars in the points that are now leading this race, or all the cars finishing are in the points. I should say that. That's a better way of putting it. But now Jos continuing his fight through. He's looking at Evolution going down into the Casio Triangle. Looks to get a good exit on the Red Bull. They're a bit of a slide from Evolution. He's going to stay out. Jos goes very close to the outside onto the grass there. These guys, they're going on to lap 25 of this race. It doesn't look like we're going to be seeing stops onto the wet tyres there, has a little look to the inside from the Haas driver. Doesn't quite pay out, but Jos continuing to just show his Jensen Button-esque drive here as he continues to move. They're now in the points. Go on, Jos.
I think the stewards may have to get their notebooks out because I think they might be quite busy over the next few days. As we've had plenty of drama, and I'm sure some onboard dash cams, onboard cameras may pick up something that we've missed. But Jos on a charge, and if you look a little bit ahead, Evolution's caught Willow. There's two positions here for Jos on this comeback fight. As Evolution does run a bit wide, the door has opened for Jos. Will he make the move? He has a look to the outside. Can he sweep the car around and tuck back on the inside? No, but the fight is on between the Red Bulls and the Haas. Energetics now is reeling Tiggerby in. Under a second. So Larkin looks like this race is his, unless there's any unfortunate instances ahead. But he's got 2 laps just to bring the car home. Just do a bit of an Alan Prost. Professor, just do what you need to do to stay ahead. But Tiggerby under pressure now for Energetics. Jos still fighting with the Red Bulls. Let's just quickly flick to Jos. Let's just see how he's getting on. He's tucked behind Evolution now. Coming to Casio. Whoa! I've seen cars go there. I've done it myself. But now it just gets out of position, and that could be the end of Jos's charge as he allows the Red Bulls to pull away. So we'll switch back to Energetics, the championship contender, trying to just minimise the points deficit to Larkin. Larkin looks like set for 25, so Energetics wants to get 18. He wants 3 more than what he's currently on. But by doing that, he does need to pass the McLaren of Tiggerby as we... Oh, I thought Energetics was going to lose it. He just kept the car there. Just teasing us as we are starting to head down towards the final lap, lap 27 of 27. Can Energetics, he does need to just use everything he's got in the tank, in the ARS, in the tyres, go for it, or does he settle, take the 10-point hit, take that to the next 4 races? He's still in the fight as Jos is into 8th place. Fantastic news for the Haas driver.
Oh, we're all loving this charge from Jos. Energetics, as I watch it, he's sliding around every corner. I think he knows we're watching him, but he's just putting on a show for us, just sliding around. But he does have penalties, I do know. So is Harry going to potentially jump him? The Toro Rosso driver could really use a points gain on the Haas, as these guys could end up fighting for P2 in the championship as Larkin with an absolutely crucial drive to the front there. He gets a little bit of a wiggle on. I think he knows that he's got this race pretty much won. But Larkin, what a huge race in the scheme of the championship. He's heading home. I'll let you take us round for your final time, and we'll watch Larkin navigate the final half of this lap.
So Larkin ahead, Energetics chasing Tiggerby just on board with Jos. He has caught Willow, so he had a little bit of a moment in Cassia on the last lap, but Jos has caught back with Willow. Looking at a sniff of P7. It's a great recovery race considering everything that's gone wrong for him so far, as he has a look down the inside. Is he making the move stick? And Jos is into P7. A fantastic effort from the Dutch driver. But let's get on board with Energetics now. Energetics on his chase of Tiggerby. Larkin looks set as he comes round Spoon. Oh! Energetics is off! And that's going to open the door for Harry. And Harry ducks through into the podium. Harry is into 3rd. So it looks like that is going to be the final 4, providing there's no penalties here and there. Jake, although he needs to apply a bit of pressure now, shot that gap to Energetics just to give him a sniff of an outside chance of 4th place. But let's just go across with Larkin now. Larkin, championship leader. Emphatic victory for the for the Force India driver. Tiggerby, a fantastic effort on his 2nd race, comes home in 2nd, and Harry wiggles over the line in 3rd. Energetics loses it on the line. Energetics 4th. And
is he going to be 4th? No.
Jacob's gone as well.
Jacob. What is going on in this? Sebi's dropped it. Sebi's off on the run to the line. What is happening at the end of this race? Everyone's just crashing on the run to the line. And what this is going to allow, it's going to allow Jos to move up, because Sebi didn't make it to the finish. Energetics in his celebration of P4 has dropped it to Jaco because the gap with them was just over 10. So Yoss now coming through for a dramatic P6 in what was an absolutely manic race. He goes past the Stricken Williams and up into P6. Willow comes around for what will be P7 and Evolution in P8. What has happened at the end of this race?
Absolute carnage across the line. It's like, oh, it's Varley's last stream, let's have a good ending. But chaos in how much was Sevi must be beating himself up. He didn't make the finish, he lost it on the last corner. And that allows Yoss to take a fantastic P6. So we watched Larkin celebrating with a trophy, Tiggerby second, and Harry in third. So, I mean, I don't know how many positions were changed in this race. There was enough. But the championship implications now is that I believe Harry's moving into second.
There is a chance of that. I believe he's scoring. Is it 5 more points? Oh, it's pulling dry all of a sudden. Oh, that's convenient.
So just
but yeah,
the classifieds. Larkin first, Tiggerby second, Harry third, Jake fourth, Energetics and Yoss, the Dust Drivers, 5th and 6th, Willow 7th, Evolution 8th, Seven 9th. So I think he might get a couple of points if all is well. Gabri 10th, Shape 11th, Monkey 12th, Extrema 13th, and Rodriguez in 14th position. Well,
I think we both need I think we both need a bit of a lie down after that, and you were correct in saying Harry does move into P2 in the championship, but arguably more importantly, Larkin with an absolutely monumental win. He has got a huge lead now in this race, and I have to say, can he be stopped at this point?
I think, I mean, my football team, Sheffield United, and yesterday we beat West Brom in what is called a 6-pointer. And I think that's what Larkin's just won today. You know, he's come in, he's not had all the practice he needs, and to bag the victory and the style he did it as well. You know, so open up that gap, it's just a fantastic effort. A bit chaotic at times, especially the last corners where every car seems to be going off. But yeah, you know, the battle goes on. The championship's still alive as much as Larkin just extends that lead. You know, showing the price has got that 17 points finishes in a row with only 4 races to go. Can he do the full season? But I just want to say, just quickly before we go, you know, I want to thank everyone in AOR, you know, especially Harry who gave me this opportunity, and you know, from driving in A2 myself, you know, a great experience because I've never done online racing before. It's just a brilliant community, and I said that to a couple of lads. I said it in the group chat with Tand. You know, I just love the community that we've got. So for everyone who's part of AOR, just thank you, and you know, all the best. Tand, it's been a pleasure commentating with you. And from now on, we're going to hand over to Ross RJW, who's going to make a strong Scottish contingent in the commentary booth. But yeah, just thank you very much, mate.
Yep, it has been a pleasure indeed. So yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic to commentate these races with you. Chaos, overtakes, crashes, changing conditions in most of the races that we've done. Wow, it's been fantastic.
So yeah, this has been Apex A1. This was race 17 in season 16. I am Valley3791. He is Tams23. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. Thank you to all drivers, and I'm going to say good luck to the stewards because it might be a busy one this week. But yeah, thank you very much and good night.